Welcome everyone to Open Source Sunday, our regular work on Linux distribution. Live here on this channel today, NVIDIA stuff of, I could hold the P3 again into the camera, but don't want to drop it. Anyway, yes, NVIDIA stuff, not the greatest fan of that stuff, but the community again did what NVIDIA won't, namely VA-API implementation for NVIDIA's NVDEC. I slightly wonder, so of course, running Linux distribution, it would make sense to package that. Will make sense, but I'm actually not sure if this will just build or if this will need some NVIDIA sources. Let's see, where do we have? We have that in Xorg. Maybe Xorg is not the super very best, but yeah, let's add this there for now too. That would be, what is the package name? All right, let's use that. We have Intel, yeah, so that makes some sense to have that for the future. And we have actually stuff coming, right? If you follow my channels, if you share, like, subscribe, Discord, or I had here. So yeah, I'm not with that because I'm, as you've through recurring subscribers realized, I'm this week's not in Berlin. But there arrived some, so I auctioned myself a fine 18 kilogram stand for my SG Octane, aka a Sony DECR 1K reference development thing, so more P3 stuff. If you're here for the NVIDIA RSX stuff, then yeah, more stuff coming. I hope it works. It looks decent. Wasn't that cheap. Looks decent, better than I feared. I hope it works. I'm not with it yet, but yeah, you probably wanna subscribe for that fun. So more NVIDIA stuff coming. Also, I auctioned myself additionally because YouTuber, right, building here some archive. Not that we would not had enough between SG Octane and P3 and stuff, but I somehow, auctioned myself in NVIDIA and NV1, the very first NVIDIA. Ironically, for the NV1, their first 3D oscillator from 1995 or so, of course, vintage, the now expensive, rare vintage and retro fun. Interesting card. Will make a dedicated video as soon as this arrives, and as per usual, I hope it works. Ironically, there was an X3 driver for that, not 3D, but at least 2D was like, yeah, all the stuff lost in X3 3 versus more modular X3 4 and then Xorgs. Like, it's crazy how many more vintage and retro drivers are there. But yeah, if you're interested in that stuff, the reason I auctioned is not only to have a collection of this rare collectible stuff, because why not, I guess, running a YouTube channel, making dedicated videos. We could write some low-level stuff, and so theoretically, I said it before, we will also do NVIDIA Riva TNT that I have from back in the day. The reason for that is to get more familiar with the stuff, right? You could say, why even to do this? Ironically, the NV1 hardware architecture, programming model, not that much change to NV3 and NV1 they skipped, and to Riva and later cards. So there is, to my surprise, I was actually surprised, positively surprised to see that NV1 shares some familiarities with later cards. So for the science, for the vintage, retro, and education, maybe we will do similar to Verge Voodoo 3D proof of concept demo on the NV1, then Riva also eventually, and then probably now that I have 3 P3s, either we build a P3 cluster or we probably should obviously work on the RSX stuff soon, so I probably want to share, like, and subscribe for that. So NVIDIA stuff, so NVIDIA VA-API, let's see if this just builds. I have the feeling it will not. Intel, let's copy Intel to NVIDIA. VA, actually I should have copy and pasted that. I have the feeling this might need headers from a proprietary NVIDIA installation, which I usually don't have. But we will see. I have a GitHub issue of our T2 Linux distribution issue tracking stuff. I'm open because of course we have a package of the binary only NVIDIA driver, but of course nobody touched this in like a decade because binary only and NVIDIA and stuff. Theoretically, just today I'm not really feeling like updating that. But if you are an NVIDIA fan or need to use that for some reason, feel free to update that, of course. Maybe we need to do this today. Also, this could be like an hour-long error and trial, and I mean, not that I would want to try to use that, but it could be an hour-long trial and error of packaging that binary-only thing, especially if you want to have the kernel portion built and stuff. Eventually, we will do this. Either you can submit this, of course, patch is welcome. People playing along at home, and otherwise we will just commit this. I was thinking of just checking it out and testing it, but the reason I have chosen what is here used by MIT. The reason I immediately fill this out, as I said, I was first thinking to git clone this and test build it, but I thought I commit it anyway, even if it doesn't build. Even if it doesn't build, because I want to have this archived, and if we already spend any minute on this is why commit early and often and stuff. And oops, wait a second, this was it what I know? What did I even do here? Theoretically, this probably could build on other architectures. I mean, we could leave that there. The problem, of course, with binary only, for those people who constantly ask me why am I so against this binary only stuff, because you have seen this x86, you want to run this on PowerPC or RISC-V. Cool, there is no maintainer in there. Then you can't. Cool, release without, not a fan of that stuff. We can, of course, simply copy the name from, there is not a name, cool. I mean, not much of a full name. Yeah, that is the reason, right? Not only you can't run it on other architectures like P3 or so, but also not the latest and greatest RISC-V stuff. And of course, if there is a bug, and as there usually are, you can't fix it yourself. So yeah, specifically designed to Firefox, in case you were wondering. Maybe also, I'm not sure if, did I copy that, or of course I didn't copy that. Maybe even Chrome. The library requires that the nvidia-vaapi kernel module is mode set 1. Yeah. Yeah, if you tune in or watch this later, leave in the comments below what you're the most interested in. Looking forward to the RSX stuff. Just hardware review. Yeah, but 2022 you need API shims for proprietary binary-only blobs. Download nvidia-vaapi. Let's see, hope for the best. What have we archive? Or did I? Oh, maybe I over deleted, I think. Oops. Does it need the V? It needed the V. So let's see what happens. Let's maybe cross-compile this just in a sandbox, not to clutter my system. So yeah, let's see. I guess it would need the, most likely it needs the, it's probably not marked as, okay, let's build it into the system. Unless we mark it to cross-compile, which we, then we can test Notec brought to my attention, there is, I didn't even realize that, here's independent CG streamer codec parsers. Okay, interesting that, let's see, okay, let's put it into the system. The cross-tag is probably not too far off. The bigger question is, does it ship its headers? Does it, I mean, the headers might be EGL? No. What does it even, I mean, we could, of course, check nvidia. Does it need any NV? Take FFNV codec depths. Oops, was there NV? What was there? Yeah, so maybe it has some other dependency anyway. Okay, so probably YOLO. At least there you have it. Already, if you want to use it, at least somewhat prepared in T2 already. Cache NVIDIA. So it looks, on first glance, it needs some other dependencies that you are free to submit patches for. And at least some of the stuff is not really correct. Some of the other stuff, yeah. VA, API, NVIDIA drivers, what did I... Why is there no checksum? What? It's a little bit bizarre. Is there like a... that's not how it should be. Why would this not substitute that? Was there some Unicode gibberish? What kind of bug is that? Unknown option to S. What? Unknown option to S. Is there? Oh, somewhere I have commas in there. That is why. Interesting. Maybe we should make a to-do. Fix. Actually, you know what? We probably could instantly fix this. I mean, not that it would be the most important, but. Probably could simply replace that. Where is that? Grab stuff. SED. Is it probably that one here? And you know what? While at it, you know what? Let's make. Should we split this stream? Cheers. Because I just realized, I have in the back of my mind, I realized I'm, as usual, obviously aware of a couple of issues, or not to call it, like branding it like Apple, perfection marginalities. Maybe we call issues from now on here on this channel, at least our own issues we call from now on perfection marginalities, similar to AMD's and other like performance marginalities and stuff. Because like I'm just not always mentioning it, because obviously not wanting to point out perfection marginalities in my own not to call it issues in my own code and projects, but I'm aware that package overlays in architecture didn't check some patch, and it's like, nah, not the most important, certainly isn't perfect, but yeah, maybe we do this now, maybe because I just realized we have target in there, so maybe we can do the same there. And so here, because we have commas in there, so that is, we probably simply could replace, we could, the best thing would be to detect what is in there, but this is obviously, usually you don't do this, even GNU autoconf doesn't do this, so one easy thing is what GNU autoconf usually does, it's a little bit shitty to read, but you could use any other, should we go like crazy, and we could also use a pipe symbol, but usually, yeah, not saying that this is the greatest readability, but this is in case you're wondering why the GNU stuff has adds for commas and stuff, right? And often, by the way, the other thing, usually comma is used because the default, like matching stuff with slash, it's obviously if you have file paths and URLs, and yeah, hey, cool, so that works. So yeah, at least the win-win, not the most important package, not an NVIDIA fan, not a binary-only fan, but yeah, at least we not only packaged that, but also fixed that, or improved. Scripts, check some patch of improved, yeah, maybe copy that, to not syntax, or is it syntax or like argument parsing? Yeah, syntax error with versions of files with comma or something. Okay. And then I committed this to separate these issues in case we later find there is an issue and we want to revert this. Otherwise, the next thing, for example, here, let's for example, to test this the best. All right, this was the other. Assign Linux GitHub, and let's see if there's a new version. Not that I would today want a new version, but to have a new commit for test 20 merged. Is this the main branch? Wait a second. Did I click on? Wait a second. Is this really? Wait a second. Or how Markan used to say, hold on. Do we really have a 4D here in architecture? Architecture ARM, package Linux, oops, 84. Yeah, so I noticed, of course, on Twitter, he's constantly working on stuff. So I'm really wondering, is this, because this is already like, this is soon like a month old. Surely there must be, otherwise maybe the other stuff, all the other patches and work is incomplete and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, so the problem is, no, let's like maybe add here something for this to detect the change. And because when we commit architecture, ARM 64 package, this doesn't check, doxes would have failed. Doxes cable slider. That's recurring theme procedures. So internet quality in Europe we need to work with. It's hilarious. It's so sad. So let's try to fix this as well. Create. It's the usual win-win, right? Didn't even expect to do this, but as we just looked in there, check some patch. So what does it do here? SD-cat target script. So what does it even do? Check some file path to desk or target file. Maybe is this target stuff old, by the way, maybe? Because I'm not entirely, did we previously not sure what target file, because otherwise, okay, it has, wait a second, it has, or is, it's a little bit strange, or would this already work potentially if we Maybe the issue is in scripts commit, checksum, patch, architecture. Package, Linux, let's see, maybe this works already magically, no? How does it work here? Parsing stuff, package name, target name. Maybe I don't even remember. Maybe the targets had some way to download stuff potentially additionally. Stuff that I probably haven't used in 15 years. But create, so check some file. Let's hope that is even easily possible. Check some file. Why does this not? Should this not match to files, arc? Files, arc, shift. Here's package. Okay, so this is without arguments. I mean, maybe this could need some more comments, but otherwise, if you look on this for some 10 seconds, repository. Okay, this is over all of those. Target. Why does this not work? Should this not work? Target stand disk. Check some file. SED scripts. If file not found, cat grab file, recheck some. Maybe we run this with set x to follow what. Oops. What's going on there? Wait, why is this case in file shift? What? Architecture. Case 1 in files equals what? Somehow this is this is also why it's worth to run this stuff sometimes as here files set, but here this is why this doesn't work. Okay, this command line parsing here, this should this not, wait, should it not be this one? Files equals, why is args, package name, options, package names, targets, file pause. Okay, target, this is anyway the same. By the way, if this is it the same? Files looks the same. So repository, files, equals this stuff. But why is this arc parsing here somehow strange? Why is this arc? Or is it a dash feature? Or is it broken? Maybe this is broken. Maybe we should see and blame that. Maybe this should have been $1. Potentially. That does more. Not that it would do file shift creating check. So it starts to do what it's supposed to do, just that checksum file. Yeah. So now the issue is that this checksum file doesn't work as intended because where is it coming from? Checksum file, maybe checksum file in, or this is there. This is this one. Where is fgrep? SED script, where is the new? There must be somewhere create source file, checksum, read file, checksum file, args. Because we for sure need to specify here the architecture to get, so yeah, so much to quickly check that. Yep. Could we check some override? Basically, check some gset file, source file, gset file. Where's the parsing of the stuff? File not check. So where does it? Or should this? Architecture. Does it work like this? Oh, config. ARM64. No, this is downloaded, however. So then what's going on here? Should this not work? Of checksum, rechecksum file args of grep architecture fgrep d means this should grep here. Okay, excluding comments, architecture armpack. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, this is correct. Fgrep d sed. Why does this not? Yeah, it's a little bit annoying here. This is now overquoted. I probably could run this with eval, but because wait, is this hold on, is this actually this was okay, this was partially stupid, so much to adding because this is X for not having the checksum. Okay, so far so good. Maybe it would work now then for other stuff, because we have there. So yes, the X was also new to the stuff, and T2 X is no checksum. Maybe we should do this for. Yeah, the problem is Git. It's notoriously difficult to create tarballs with a reliable checksum from Git checkouts for various date and stuff reasons. But I know for sure, maybe it works. Maybe we fixed this already, and it should work now in general for checksum cases. Let's see. I'm pretty sure we have other. Oh, we have some Unicode shit in there. Ah, darn! I hate this. Breaking space stuff. Oops. Oh, come on. I should run this in a proper UTF-8 locale architecture. So I'm pretty sure we have others like AVR, Blackfin, package, all of disk. And yes, actually, so as you see, there are quite some. Actually, this risk 5, this 30 could also need an update, to be honest. Yeah. All this outdated fork stuff. So then, let's check them all. Let's see. Let's make sure we probably don't have any working copy changes in there right now, really. And some boot stuff. I guess we don't need this anymore, hopefully. And we should have most stuff downloaded from building all this stuff usually. Card delimiter colon field 1 unique, and then while readf do scripts create checksum patch f done. Of course, there's a syntax error, but I had pressed enter already, so let's remove that. Does it look? I think it looks like it could work. Let's remove our ZX there. So let's maybe make this a little bit, as we touched this already a little bit, let's unify the code style there, tiny little, not much, but let's do that again. So yeah, it looks, I would say it looks like it works. Amazing stuff. Didn't even expect to do that today, but the usual win-win of like package some abandoned NVIDIA stuff and get some, well, not for free, but get reminded that we have stuff to do. P1 should be fine. Let's patch that directly. Long overdue, of course. Pro tip: you don't want to download and automate and stuff without checksums, of course. So commit script architecture. Long overdue, amazing stuff. But yeah, this is dedication and attention to detail. What is the D thing? So you're probably new to this channel. So this is our key value format of T2 Linux, right? If you're new to this channel, we run a whole Linux distribution building, supporting probably Guinness World Record number of architectures, aka all. So probably rivaling, if not overtaking, Debian in supported architectures, probably hopefully soon. And zero was a checksum, yes, so this was D, so D is download, so this is our key value stuff in our package metadata receive recipe stuff. So for example, Linux kernel here, this is like array. This is nowadays, recurring theme nowadays, if you do this from scratch, you probably would use something else different, but 20 years ago, that was actually pretty state of the art and actually not too unreadable, still relatively okay, I would say. It's basically some array like looking assignment of like array or hash table table key value pair assignment for URL of the maintainer and download these download. Theoretically, it supports long stuff, so you could write your license and version and download, but we basically don't do that. And I somewhat wonder whether we should actually remove the support that we never use for those long names, because I think those long names are too long and nobody ever used it anyway, so I'd leave in the comments below. But we have amazing checksums here, that certainly helps. Scrolling over that stuff, and so let's commit scripts create checksum patch. And so actually, yeah, we touched that a tiny little bit, but okay, actually, I mean, this is actually legit. This is exactly what we had to fix. I only wonder if the two argument parsing lines here were the same. So because files, so I wonder whether we shouldn't simply unify this. I'm also not really sure if we really want to do it like this because target star, this doesn't look the most correct to me, to be honest. Let's see if that still works. Pro tip, test your shit. That was AVR32, like probably Linux. Do we have Linux? We have Linux, and yeah, so let's delete this checksum. And I'll do that again. Patching file, so that probably still worked. I think target, we probably, where would that be? We had target overlay, so the question is it even still Where would it be? Does it even matter? Yeah, maybe I research this another day. It's not the most important. So basically I could put on my to-do because best without typos. Like research if target downloads are still used. There was something I would need to read the download our own handbook manual or code ourselves. So let's commit that. And probably should or not always. I should proofread that is more not always like commit this. So commit all this architecture stuff. So this R, so this AVR, Blackfin, Risk, and you would. What are this is not okay. All the other disk things there. Nothing like double checking this stuff over and over again. But yeah. Long overdue, there you have it. Nice unexpected win-win on this day. Maybe so how long? 40 minutes or 35. That's probably for this video. I cut this here and start a new one just to have this a little bit better sorted by topic for people having a more efficient time watching this at home. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. As always, leave in the comments below what you think about what's on your mind, what are your thoughts, and I hope to see you soon for all the next videos and live streams to come.